take 575 million of episode 7 of the Loveliest Yarn Company. Yes, I had a script for this and I had a plan, and I've made probably 2 full videos already this morning, but none of them are really suitable. So I thought I would just say hello everybody, welcome back. It's been 4 months. I caused myself to lose my knitting mojo with my silliness regarding what's it called, monogamous knitting, which was foolhardy, and also with, I think, with Simon's hip breaking, but now he's back at work. He's got the all clear to leave his crutches, and that's all very much normal now, so things have kind of normalised a little bit there. I've spent a lot of time planning in the last few months. We're getting ready to make some big announcements over the next few weeks. Actually, since you're on here and you've bothered to listen, Simon and I are really pleased to announce, he's not here obviously because he does work, thank goodness. He's not here with me in the house every day. We are launching our own hand-dyed yarn brand at Woolen in June this year. There'll be loads of more details. We're currently waiting on the branding to come back from the amazing Sam Draws Things. I got a first look at it on Friday and I'm very, very excited. We'll talk about the brand and kind of the colour inspirations behind it and the why on a later blog post, but I just wanted to share because you've come on here and seen this, and I think there should be some special benefit. So that's why things have been a little bit quiet and why we've been waiting to do a bit of restocking in the shop, because we've been moving funds around to start a brand new element of the business. So yeah, we will be doing that in Woolen in June, but obviously we'll be doing a lot of build up to it in advance. We'll talk a lot more about that, but it's coming really soon. It's very exciting. We'll do a proper launch post and everything, but you've bothered to come back after it's 4 months, I should tell you that. So that's one of the main things that's been going on in the business. Other than that, there's been a lot of samples. We've been at 3 shows so far. We have 2 more shows coming up this month. We're at Leeds, Spring into Wool, Wonderwool at the end of the month, which I think is one of many people's favourite shows. We're camping as well, so that'll be really fun. My mom is over for that show, so that's been really exciting. So it's going to be a big April, a big few months for us, but it's kind of why we've been quiet, kind of getting over a few bits and pieces from earlier in the year, and planning and things. We're finally ready to start sharing those, so we say hello to our new yarn brand really soon. Yes, that's so exciting. And other than that though, I've been buying wool, which I shouldn't have been doing. I'm doing a tour of yarn shows and wool shops, and I was thinking, oh, I've been really good, I haven't bought any wool. And then I went to the first wool show of the year and bought loads of this. I was like, that doesn't count as really good, because like at the first opportunity to buy wool, I bought wool. So fail, but anyway, who cares. I've also been doing a bit of knitting. I'll show you some of the things that I've been working on, because that's, you know, why else would you be here? So I think if I share, so we've done 3 shows this year, 2 of which were big shows. So the first one was Unravel, which was really nice. I got a late space with that. I'm so pleased because I love that show. I've also been, you know, I'll be applying next year and I'll do a better job of applying. So at Unravel, I was very fortunate to be able to buy 5 skeins of yarn. Yep, so I went from nothing to 5, so that's I don't want to talk about it. I bought these 3, which were actually in a kit that Sue Stratford was doing with the Volt sweater. I bought these to knit into a gift for somebody as a Volt sweater. And this is the Volt kit. It's in Skein Queen yarn, which I obviously do stock myself, but this is Wiggle, so I don't have this. But also Sue was selling off the last 4 kits and they were an amazing price, and you can just imagine that even yarn shop owners love, you know, how could you not want the 3 of those? Plus this is Neon Kiwi in Wiggle, which is just adorable. And this is Urban Graffiti, which I hadn't seen. Now I don't know if I'm going to put all 3 of those into the Volt sweater. I think some of them are destined to become things from Michelle as well. So they are all singles. They're really lovely. So they were my first purchase, I think, of the year, and then I could not resist these. So the 2 amazing ladies of Giddy Yarns. Don't be even remotely surprised by the colour of these. I know, if I look, I mean, I could probably just do that. They kind of fit in with what's there, but you know, there's never been a green I can't say no to. Yeah, like there isn't ever. There's never a green I can say no to. Yeah, I can't refuse a green. And this gold is just stunning, and I think they need to be brioche together. So I'm gonna do some brioche. It's about time that I did a bit more practice of that. So I love those. If you get a chance to check out Giddy Yarns, you should. Their stuff is really lovely, really beautiful colours. They do amazing greens, which, given that they're from Northern Ireland, is not that surprising. Also, I do have more of their yarn here. I've got Coup, which is for socks, and I've obviously knit all the things in their yarn. So it's very, very nice, and they're also the best fun and lovely. So they were my first few purchases of the year, and then I was at the Knitting and Stitching show, and I have a really exciting. This is Catdigan Yarns. This is Abby from Luxury Yarns, is now doing her own range of beautiful luxury hand-dyed yarns. This is stunning, isn't it? And again, you will see there's a little bit of a trend. This is Give It All Away. Isn't that stunning? And again, I might as well just buy all of the greens and golds and everything from people, and this is just a stunning colourway. So if you do, she's launching officially, I think, at Wonderwool, but do follow her on Instagram. So it's Catdigan Yarns, and this is the most beautiful orchid on her logo. It's so pretty. And she has really lovely high-end bases, and they're just gorgeous. Some of her speckling is just amazing. There's always bits of wool in my stash, so definitely check out Catdigan Yarns. After that then, I did also buy this. I bought this because I was buying needles from somewhere else and needed to top up. It's Debbie Bliss Rialto. It's only available, you'll find it on lots of stores now, because obviously Love Knitting are taking over the Debbie Bliss brand totally, but I bought this from Wool Warehouse because I needed needles in a hurry, and they're a great place to go for them, and when you don't have them. And I bought that. I added that to make up my postage. Like everybody, we all have the postage yarn that we've added. Plus, I do like it as a sock yarn. It makes good socks, and they wear super well, and they're lovely and warm. So that's that. Then I made a very, very exciting trip to see Jane. Let me find the other ball of this, because it is gorgeous. Here's the other ball. Needless to say, my whole life is chaos. And I found these two beauties. Now I have had one of these open because I was going to wind last time, and I thought, no, you start a different one that's already wound. Found these. So Ida's house is in Caterham on the Hill, run by Jane, and she is so nice, and she's I love her. So I went to see her shop. Myself and Simon went on a bit of a tour before he went back to work. He went to a model shop, and I went to a wool shop, and I'm glad to say that you can spend an awful lot more in a model railway shop than you can in a yarn shop. So yeah, sometimes it's good, you know. I talk to people at shows and they say, oh, I have to sneak this in, and I'm like, no, you don't need to sneak it into your house. You just need to make sure your partner, husband, wife, other individual who lives in your home who might in any way, you know, want to know what you might have bought, even if it's just out of interest, get them a more expensive hobby, and then nobody asks any questions. Although I think most of the time we're all joking, but anyway. So these are two colours that I found anyway. This is Nitro and Wars on Fire from Fine Fish Yarn. It's my very first Fine Fish yarn. I'd never had any before, but look at it. Isn't it astonishingly beautiful? And really good for socks. So they're fine. They're high twist merino nylon. So I'm really, really excited to knit those into socks from Shell for myself. But you do go see Jane, is what I'm saying. Oh yes, I was saying about the hobbies. Yeah, you just get the more expensive one. So we went to see Jane on my day off, and it was lovely. Yes, so do call. She has lots of nice things. She also has, so obviously I bought this as well. I love a Zauber ball. Plus it was one Simon wanted. I asked him what would he like socks in, and he picked this. You know, he doesn't always want the neon socks. But yes, one of the loveliest things about Jane's shop. I have a third ball of this somewhere, but it's become lost. This silk mohair from Isager. Anyway, however you pronounce it, it's beautiful. I have three balls of this to go with something I bought wool for before, but I think the blue would be better than the grey, which I still have somewhere stuck in there. Which I'm hoping to make up this year, but I'm going to use the baby blue instead. Even though I'm not really a baby blue wearer, I still think it's such a beautiful colour. So yeah, go see Jane in Caterham on the Hill. I nearly said Higham on the Hill, which is near Nuneaton, but no, Caterham on the Hill. She has really lovely things, so Fine Fish and kind of Fine Fish and Isager, and she has other kind of really lovely things that you should check out. She also has some fabulous accessories, and if you love a scissors, she has lovely scissors as well. So those are those things. I could have bought a lot more, but I was very restrained. So those are kind of the yarns that I've been buying. Have I bought anything else? I'm just going to take a quick look around. Not really. Oh yes, I have. So this is a project that was actually yarn that was bought and used. I don't stock this, but I wish. But anyway, Dragon Hill Studios. I love Sharon from Dragon Hill Studios. If you don't know Sharon and you haven't met her at a show, go see her. She's awesome. This is the most beautiful self-striping sock yarn. I've definitely shared it before, but now they're both finished. Probably wondering why I haven't grafted my toes. I was hoping to do a YouTube video, or well, not YouTube, Instagram Live, while I grafted a toe. Because there's nothing like a bit of pressure. There's like a bit of pressure when you're grafting. And this is like Shawl sorts. It's stunning. If you see it, buy it. It's part of the reason I'm looking forward to Wonderwool so much, is that I can buy another ball of this. Not this colour. Simon wanted these and I was like, nope. So he'll have to have a different colour, and because obviously, maybe, well, this is nice enough to knit twice, so we'll see. So yeah, I bought that at Unravel as well. I've been meaning to treat myself to a cake. I love, obviously, who doesn't love self-striping yarn? Like, then I'll just show you this as I'm kind of going by. This is Tweet. He is from a ceramics company in the US. I look after him quite a lot. He's very precious. He's my yarn ball that I do use. And that's kind of what I've been buying, except for the shop. So I bought loads of dye candy for the shop. And what else? And I've just put in a big order for restock from Chester Wool. So I'll have loads of new socks DK in the 5 of the 6 new colours, and I will have neons all updated, and I have loads of books and everything coming tomorrow. I'm restocking slowly because it's funny when you're building another, when you're trying to build another business with another, while running another business, and you're trying to even things out while you're buying things for one business, you're spreading out cash flow as you would for business. But we're, you know, nothing ventured. Can't have everything at once. And then, as well as buying yarn, I've been knitting. Not as much as I would have liked. I lost my mojo a little bit, but I put back, I think, mostly. Let's see what I finished. Where have I put them? So the first thing I was doing, something I've been doing kind of a lot of, is swatching. Thank you to 85% who said that they would potentially knit a sock. This is actually inspired by the backdrop in RuPaul's Drag Race. The purple should be pink, but it's what I was... it was the only colour I had. I have pink coming tomorrow to knit these in, so that it looks like the backdrop of RuPaul's Drag Race season. I think it's 11, is it, at the moment? Which I think the entire planet is watching. And some stripes as well, which I like. Kind of like little stripes. I've been kind of working on that to see if I can get some new sock patterns and designs out this year. Then I'm knitting this. Many of you will recognise this yarn. This is one of the Curie yarns from City Knits, and I am halfway through my first sock of that. Well, more than halfway. I've turned the heel. So I'm knitting those. They're a gift for somebody. I finished this. This is just a Touch Me shawl. You know me, it's garter stitch. I'm knitting it. This is in our colourway called Fun at the Fair. I'm down to my last few skeins of it that I got from For the Love of Yarn. You can buy those online. The Touch Me shawl is the Touch Me Titus pattern. So you just knit that, but only for one skein, and you finish in 176-ish stitches, rather than knitting all the way to the end of the second skein of Titus, which you would use. That pattern is free on the website. It's really nice. I think it's kind of a pretty yarn. It comes up kind of pretty. Very pretty. Not kind of pretty. Very pretty. Then something else I finished earlier in the year, much earlier, is these, which are in the original Marie Curie yarn done by City Knits. So those are a gift as well. I'm trying to use up my sock stash and give them away as gifts this year. Then I finished these. This is the Moon and Sixpence, or the Sixpence Moon. Let me check the name. That's terrible. It's the Moon and Sixpence. Yes, bought at Bantry Yarns on holidays. Isn't that gorgeous? These have actually been worn and washed a few times already because Simon loves them. They're just such a nice colourway. I really like that. So I knit those as well. So I have been doing, it's funny, I have been doing some knitting, even though I say I lost my knitting mojo. For a while I did, but I have actually done quite a bit. Next up then, which everyone is sick to death of seeing, my cat sweater that I love. I'd be wearing it today, only it definitely needs its time for it to have a bath. It has already had a bath as well. So yes, those are my jolly friends. We have kits for those in the shop, and they've been really popular actually. Thanks everybody. I'm not sure how easy that part of the site is to use actually. I'm in two minds as to whether it needs, the bundling thing is clever, but I don't know if it's a bit difficult to use. It's clever in the background, but I'm not sure it's clever on the front. So yeah, I do have Catdigan kits, or if you want to contact me directly as well. We do have those, or if you don't want one, you can buy the pattern alone from me or from Ravelry. The more people with cat sweaters, the happier I am. And then I have this. This is a base sample, so it's undyed. It's one of the bases that we will be releasing as part. Like, look at that. It got caught during setup, so I'm going to turn around. Let's repair it. Again, it's Touch Me, a 2 Skein Touch Me. In a beautiful sport base. Mostly suitable for shawls and stuff. I got it caught in one of the hooks for the, it's the grid walls. Yeah, so anyway, samples, they have hard lives, so it's so snuggly. So I did that. I love garter stitch. I'm a really lazy knitter. Then I have this, which I love this. This is my Slow Exposure shawl. Now I've knit a lot of these. You'll see loads of them on my feed, I'd say. This is it in Pip Colourwork. Now I adore this. Again, I have kits on the website. I topped them up again. And I love it. I just think it's the most prettily coloured yarn, and they just work so well together, and they happen to suit this pattern very, very well because they're 25-gram balls. And while the pattern calls for 20 grams, it's still nice, you know, to have plenty of yarn in case you're a very loose knitter. So that's the not Touch Me, Slow Exposure in Pip Colourwork. We have that kit on the website as well. I'm hoping to release this pattern shortly for anyone who does make that kit and who has yarn left over, because I think I must do some weighing and measuring of what I've left, but I'm pretty sure that you have enough yarn to use to make this hat as well. So this is a Pip Colourwork hat. Pattern needs a small bit of adjusting before it's ready, but that is the hat that matches the shawl. Obviously it's a totally different stitch, but it would mean that you don't have any waste yarn left, which I personally like, when you don't have too much of a yarn left over. You can kind of make something else out of them as well. Oh, and then I think I'm on to whips. Yes, I am. Yeah, so that's actually, I have actually been doing more knitting than I thought. Plus I sent, some of you will have seen on, if you follow Lisa at For the Love of Yarn, I sent her a voltage shawl and a small cat sweater for Edinburgh, because I wanted to, you know, it's nice to, we swap things like crochet and knitting time. So you'll see those as well if you go to her feed. The voltage shawl, which was in Lisa's yarn, which is so nice. What a really fun knit. In Tarja, I know everyone's like, is Tarja coming back? And I'm like, yes it is, because it's actually super ace. So yeah, check those out at Lisa's. And then the last of them that I have are my whips. So this, I don't even want to take this out. I'm still working on it. It's my Funkle Mobius. It's from the book Habit. It's so beautiful, but it is so slow. Everyone I talk to, I see them at shows, and I talk to the people who've made them, and they're like, it's worth it, but it's slow, and it is slow. But that's okay, because sometimes you just have something that you take out, you do a panel of, and then you put it back in. You know, you get more pleasure out of it somehow. That might not be true, but it's beautiful to work with, and it's coming on along nicely. Then I have these, which I am thrilled with. I started these last night. This is Blue Moon Fibre. They're Socks at Rock yarn, and I'll tell you something solemnly, lads, it rocks, because of the way that it's been spaced and when it's been dyed. It is really, really fun, really clever. I've had it a while. Jeez, I've had this yarn a good while, but it's stunning, and I have 2 balls of it, which means I think myself and Simon might have matchy socks. Don't know if he'll approve of that, but we'll hope. So that's it. And then my last whip, which is one I'll be working for a little while, because I'm onto the big stitches. I love this as well. Oh, you think I'm obsessed with slow exposures? Let me just prove that I am indeed obsessed with slow exposures. Look at this. This is in the Wool Barn. I think this is Toffee. Beautiful. That is so beautiful. And that's on the cashmere base, I think. Cashmere wool, I want to say nylon, but I don't know. I'll have to check, and I'll get that back and be correct. And I have all the little matching minis. for it. I'm about to start the colourwork for the slow exposure on that. Yeah, so when I say the slow exposure is one of my favourites, I think if I've that one, I've knitted for the Love of Yarn. I actually knit 2 others then in for the Love of Yarn as well, that were, one as a sample, one was a gift. And this one, so I'm on 5 so far, and I don't think it'll be the last ones I'll make either. So it's a super pattern. So that's what I've been doing knitting wise. Knitting outside of my life, have I seen, I'm going to get better so the future of this vlog is to be talking about things that are going on in the knitting community and kind of patterns that are hot, but not traditionally, you know, things that I find myself and that are hopefully useful to you, and all the yarns that I find at shows, because I go to a lot of things and hopefully there'll be, you know, show reports and things like that. I'm definitely back every Wednesday, every second Wednesday, cheapers, every second Wednesday. That's what I'm committing to. I really wanted it. I'm really excited because I feel like I missed the first quarter of this year. Yep, I think I did. Just, you know, circumstances and stuff like that. But anyway, we're back and we have lots of big plans. Very exciting year. I've made a big plan. I love a spreadsheet of plans, and I'm like, who is going to do all that work? I'm like, sure, look, it'll be done at some point anyway. And I think most of us run our lives like that. We're like, big list of things, and we'll get through them somehow. So if you'd like to join me on the journey, do tune in next time. I am going to do them every second Wednesday. That is what I want. She says, repeating it. I actually think I'm saying that for my own benefit. So you can subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can also see when I'm launching it there. You can also join our mailing list, my mailing list, our mailing list, still with the hour, which I send out once a month, and it'll kind of give you a view of blogs and all the kind of goings on, and it'll tell you kind of if there's anything new on here as well if you don't want to subscribe. But that's it. Happy first episode of our Wednesday, of our every second Wednesday slot, and hopefully I will be bringing you a report from Leeds, Spring into Wool. Oh, if you are going to Spring into Wool, if I've already said this, sorry, but if you are going to Spring into Wool, make sure that you have tickets booked for the Saturday, because it is tickets only on Saturday, to make sure that there isn't any overcrowding. There are tickets available at the door on Sunday, but not on the Saturday. I don't want people to be disappointed. Okay, so that's it. Until next time, my lovies. Happy knitting and crochet, because I forget crochet, and it is definitely something I really need to work on this year. Although I am getting a bit better, I think. Anyway, my loves, happy Wednesdays. Talk soon.